Alright, hello. Welcome. And for those who are in the European Competitive League for the Duel League, just gonna quickly explain this in case it's not that clear. So I imagine everyone's looking forward to this. Well, I hope so. I certainly am. So first going to talk about stage 1. No one is going to be knocked out in stage 1. This is, think of it more of like a kind of seeding the teams, putting them into categories where they can then play against each other. So how it works, you've all been put into random groups which have already been assigned. So if you are in Group A, you need to play your opponents twice, home and away. It doesn't matter if you play your games back to back, just get the games out the way, and then depending on your position, so if you finish in first place in Group A in stage 1, you will then move into stage 2 in Group D, into this position, so A1 here. And again, the same for Group B. You finish first, you'll go into the D position here, into D group in stage 2, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's basically fairly simple. So all the first place teams go into D, all the second place teams go into E, and all the third place into F. And then basically rinse and repeat. So you play each other in stage 2, you play each other twice again, home and away, using the rules in the dock. And from here, now everyone in Group D, they will go through to stage 3 because they're all winners. But it's a case of, if you finish in first place, you will get a bye into the semi-final position here. Whereas in Group E, the second place teams here that have qualified for Group E, only the first 2 will qualify for stage 3, the final playoff stage. And if you finish first place in Group E, you also get a bye, as you can see. And finally, in Group F, which is everyone who's finished third place in stage 1, you have to win this in order to get through, and you will qualify to play against the second position here in Group D. So yeah, the benefit of finishing second place in Group D here is that you will get to play against probably a slightly easier opponent, because it'd be one of the third place teams from the initial stage. And that's basically how it's working. Now the only thing, I will go over this a little bit in more detail once we get there, but there's no need to go through it yet. In these stages, of course, there's not a home and away game, so to speak, because there's got to be a winner to go through to the next round. So this will be more like what you're familiar with in the 1v1 leagues and such, where it's going to be down to tickets whether you get through or not. But I will go over that a bit more once we get to stage 2. But yes, no need to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But I'm kind of just been thinking about doing things a little bit different there, because I don't think the same system that's going on in stage 1 and stage 2 will work, because I don't want it to go to a third game and it can take a bit of time. But anyway, it is what it is. I hope you all enjoy it, and I will be back soon to go over some of the details for the lower league things, which is on the bootcamp Discord. Yeah, sorry about the delay. I've been a bit sick for a couple of days, so I've not really been able to give it my full attention. So we've officially started, so get on with your games, post them in the replays. I've made a replay tab. If you can't see the tab, then let Proto know, because there's a bit of an issue with people being able to see the tabs, which I didn't know was an issue. I don't know why that is. Again, I'm not a moderator on the SDL Discord, so I'm not sure why that has turned out the way it has. Anyway, we'll get it sorted. I'll be back, like I say, fairly shortly to talk about the American regions, which I'm still trying to figure out what to do with that, because it looks like they're going to be a bit of a mix-up between some Chinese teams and American teams. But I know people might struggle with some you know, arranging the games and scheduling. In which case, if you're in the Americas region, you will just be automatically granted the win in that situation. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. I just want as many people to play as they can. And it is going to be more competitive league, but I completely understand. Everyone's signed up because the scheduling is going to be easier and better. So if there's any issue with that, then it's just not going to happen. What another alternative might be for the American regions, like myself and Durdles, because we're not really sort of playing at the moment. The way our schedule works out, it does kind of combine with the Americas region, so we can sort of be a stand-in team if you're really struggling to find someone, struggling to arrange the scheduling properly. But we'll do something like that. Again, it's not ideal. It's the first season. Hopefully next season we're going to get a more full roster for the American regions. But anyway, bye-bye.